Good night, Luke.
Good night, Cody.
Hey, Grandpa. Want to have a catch?
I'd like that. You got a ball?
I thought there were balls in the corn.
No, jackass. There's just corn.
All right, let's just use that.
Oh, boy. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? It's the CHGO Cubs Pregame Show podcast presented by PointsBet. Use that promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Finally, the Field of Dreams game is here. I am Luke Schuckmeyer, along with Cobby Del Mendo and Corny Friedman.
I've been called Corny before, so it's not the first time.
Ryan Herrera may join us if he has time from Dyersville, Indiana, as we get ready for a real showdown. The 45-win third-place Cubs against the 44-win fifth-place Reds. The battle for the basement in the Central, and it's all in the middle of a cornfield.
I'm reading the comments, everyone reacting to the video. Someone said he's speechless. Lucas, he says, I'm speechless. I'm so this is great.
It's going to be awkward for me soon because when you do the introduction, it's going to be Oscar winner Luke Stuckmeyer and Cody Del Mendo.
Yeah, that's right.
And then just, me just sitting
You're
here.
not even going to give the speech. I'm just going to be holding the trophy, man.
Yeah, anyway.
Did I say Indiana?
What?
Did I say a cornfield in Indiana?
I didn't think so.
Indiana, Iowa. I mean,
what's the difference? It's God's country.
It's God's country. It's all God's country. In the corn, baby.
Yeah.
I was going to bring my Nebraska corn head, which really would have fired up Ryan when he came on the postgame show.
Yeah, because he's a Mizzou guy.
But I couldn't find it. I know I've got it somewhere, and I'll run into it in a week and be like, well, there it is. Anyway,
well, there's always college football season.
Are you guys excited about this? Are you looking forward to it? Is this our World Series for the Cubs?
I'm looking forward to it. The content has already been great, like from Ryan and everybody else that's there. The photos, the videos, everybody, like especially some of the guys, it's just funny to watch them walking around, like Christopher Morel playing around in the cornfield. There's just something that's really amusing about that. So I'm looking forward to this.
They, seeing all the things on social. I mean, on Instagram, Stroman and Morel and I think Velazquez did for a little bit. They all went live, just like walking around and stuff. And so for people who aren't there, because those ticket prices are insanely expensive. So like us, you're getting to see like what they're experiencing a little bit, which is cool.
And they look like they're having a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing is like they're walking around in like the jersey and everything, and I already like the jersey, but now that they're wearing it, like.
But do you like it for $300?
No. I do not like
I don't
it
like
for
mine for
$300.
$300. Yeah.
So I apparently did say Indiana, so apologies to everyone that's offended in Iowa.
On
the
public
podcast,
enemy number one in
sorry,
Iowa.
I
Now, Luke
apologize.
Stuckmeyer.
Julian's pumped. Says it's a little light amidst the darkness of 2022.
Yeah. The only thing that I'm not looking forward to is like if this game stinks in terms of like I don't know whether it's the Reds blowing out the Cubs or if the game is actually close, but you see a lot of just bad baseball. Then the
Which
Cubs
is possible.
Then the Cubs are just going to be like the laughing stock on social media tonight, and then everyone will yell about how the MLB doesn't know what they're doing, putting these two teams in,
or the laughing stock,
the laughing stock. Yeah. So I mean, whatever, man. I don't care. I mean, I'm glad they're playing in the game. I wish it would mean a little bit more. Yeah, I think we all wish it would mean a little bit more. But
I don't know why they did this matchup this year. They knew both teams were going to be terrible. I get it. It's because they want to get all the Iowa fans that are Cubs fans.
Right.
But so we're 197 miles away from Wrigley Field, and they're 483 miles away from Great American Ballpark. And the lineups are out. By the way, Nick Madrigal leading off tonight.
Lead off, man.
In the corn, Madrigal, Contreras, Wisdom, Suzuki, Horner, Happ, Velazquez, Higgins, and Morel. And Drew Smyly ready to throw a no-hitter. in Iowa.
This lineup is like what everyone's been screaming about.
Yes.
I don't know, not necessarily Magical leading off, but I don't mind it because he has been hitting well the last series at least. But and no offense to Rafael Ortega, but finally,
Amen.
Finally, you got Magical at the top and then Morel at the bottom where he's really hit well all season. So I like it. I know David Snyder, I don't know if he's in the chat, but he's always complaining that P.J. Higgins isn't in the lineup of all the guys to be complaining about. I hope he's happy. He's in there. I'm happy Nelson Velasquez is in there. And it's a little weird to see Hap batting 6th and Wisdom 3rd. But other than that, though, I like this lineup. These are the guys you want to see play every single day. There's McKinsky in there as well, mixed in eventually, on whatever days. But these are the guys that we need to see play every day the rest of the season.
When I think this is the group, obviously some of it, Frank got optioned to Iowa, so he's not here anymore, but Ortega, some of these other guys, this is the lineup you want to see in a game like this, right? You're on this national stage, it's a fun setting.
Yeah.
You want Christopher Morel, Nelson Velasquez, these guys in a lineup like this. It just, I think, makes for a more fun potential broadcast.
Absolutely.
The chat is just killing me tonight. First of all, Jack and Joel suggesting Madrigal hits a leadoff bomb. If that happens, the game should end. They should just stop the game right there. And then,
it will add to the over/under for Nico and Madrigal like we had, 10.5.
Lucas
Was it
says
10.5 total?
Yeah,
10.5 total.
Nico's
Lucas says
pulling his
no
weight.
Reyes.
Yeah,
That's a
he is.
travesty. He could throw Madrigal over the fence from home. Come on, that's some kind of short joke,
Well,
I
did
think.
you
But
see-
I don't
I was
like
gonna say,
it.
did you see the pictures
That's what I was
yesterday
gonna
where they
say,
were
yeah.
I think Morel was raising his
And
hands.
Seiya.
And Seiya.
When he came in
yeah.
from the outfield, he's like this, and Nick cannot get that high. And Seiya and Morel had the biggest smirk on their face. It must be a popular joke in the clubhouse.
I'm hoping that Ryan Herrera can join us just so we can show the video of the top of his head that he sent out on Twitter today, showing us the Field of Dreams. All right, let's go with Law Dog gave us a Corny Field of Dreams names list to go along with Cobby Del Mendo and Corny Friedman, Nico Corner, Willson Contreras, Jason Hayward, not likely to play for the Cubs again, Mark Husk Stroman, Christopher Morel. I like Silo Suzuki, and I know that Joey's been making all kinds of cool, what do they call those, memes?
I don't know if I would say cool, but yeah.
Dope? You want to say dope?
Sure.
He's been making some dope memes.
There we go. Nico
there's
Corner.
the corn stalk with Nico. Very nice if you're watching on YouTube, hopefully. Jason Hayward riding the hay instead of the
hay.
pine.
That's what
And
he's been
there's the
doing all
silo in Iowa where they have painted the mural of Seiya Suzuki. Very nice.
yeah.
Very nicely done, Joey.
We've just gone all
Thank
out
you,
here
Luke.
for this.
Thank
Did
you.
we miss any key names that we should have had there?
I think we should open it up to the comments. We should open up to the comments. One that I really liked. Lawrence had a couple of older guys that were good. Earney Banks, Mark Grays.
That was mine. He stole that.
Okay, he stole that. Sorry. I know that you didn't like Swine Sandberg, but
Sandberg I couldn't do.
if you guys have any other good ideas, let us know in the comments. We'll read off some of the best ones.
Rafael Corntega.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll allow
That's
it.
a
Not
good
bad.
one, but Ortega gets people pissed, so we just
Right.
left him off the list.
That's not bad, Corntega.
That's pretty good.
Corntega. Yeah.
I was asking guys in the newsroom, the only person that might know this, I think, is Cody, because he's from Southern Illinois. Do you know what they
wanna
call?
call it Southern Illinois.
Guys in the chat may know that live in Iowa. Do you know what they call the sprinkler system that you see on almost every farm in the Midwest when you go by? It's that long rail, and it's got a wheel on one side. What do they call that? Do you know what they call it? I do. It's a farm trivia question that you can blow away your friends the next time you're just driving down the middle of nowhere, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa. You don't know. Cody doesn't know.
I don't know.
Central pivot.
Center pivot. Center pivot. He tried to even Google it and he couldn't get it right. Because there's
Center
a pin,
pivot. I read
there's
it
a
wrong.
pin in the middle.
Son of a-
And it goes clockwise in a circle, and in like 24 hours, it waters in one giant circle.
Why do you know that?
Because I lived in Nebraska for a
Okay.
while in Lincoln, and my friends were all farmers. They said, that's a center pivot. And so now I know center pivot. By the way, don't lay down in the field because that center pivot, if you're not paying attention, roll your ass over.
Like this one.
The chat probably didn't know they were going to get this.
So that's
info.
your farm lesson to those kids.
Mazes Alu. That's a good one.
Nice.
Mazes Alu.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Justin
Or-
Field
or-
of Corn.
Mooseace. Mooseace. Alu. What about Steve Bartman? Huh?
I think we're getting a little too it started with just corn and
Now
then
we're
it
on
became
farm.
like
Yeah, we're
farm
just-
animals.
Yeah.
Lawrence had Mordecai 3-finger brown cow. We took that one off the list. It was a little much
Shane
of a
Eubanks
stretch.
works for John Deere. How about that? Shane, how about throwing us some hats, see if you can pick us up some swag.
Yeah.
I'd sport a John Deere hat for you. Just throwing it out there.
Joel's asking, was Busch Light consumed?
Not yet.
Not yet. We don't have any in this office. I'd be the only one who would bring it.
No. Jack says Pete Crow Armstrong.
Sure.
Or Pete,
obviously.
Pete Corn Armstrong. There you
Right,
go.
that's what
When in doubt, go with corn.
Koopa Scoops, Southern Illinois is desolate. Well,
I don't even.
part of the state.
I don't technically live in Southern Illinois. Everyone who's from Chicago thinks it's Southern Illinois, but it's not technically. Southern
anything
Illinois.
south of.
I-80, everyone calls it Southern Illinois.
That's right. Yeah.
I grew up in like the middle of Illinois.
Central.
Yeah, like I grew
The
up.
heart of the state.
I grew up 45 minutes west of Champaign.
The heartland.
Yeah, God's country.
Cody, what are you betting on tonight? Because this is a big night for some
Stucky,
bets.
you
Bets in the
asked
corn
the-
are worth twice as much, I think.
Ooh, you
Is
asked
that
the
a
important
PointsBet special?
questions.
Yeah.
You asked the important questions, Stucky. I already hit. If you tuned into CHGO Bets Daily today, you already won a bet today because I had a hit parlay that is now 3-0 in my last 3 tries. And I just want to. I also said the one on yesterday's show, post game, me and Luke did, that my PointsBet pick of the week. That one hit.
Bingo.
So yeah, I'm riding a heater right now. Tonight, I love Nelson Velasquez to get a hit because you can get it at plus 100 on my favorite app, PointsBet, guys. Like that's great odds for just to get a hit. Just to get a hit. He's right there in the middle of the lineup. I love it. So anyway, you can get that on PointsBet. Use code CHGO when you sign up. And then if you do that right now, you get 2 risk-free bets. You can use one of those risk-free bets on Nelson Velasquez at plus 100 to get a hit. I mean, it's a great deal. So if you do that, if you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content. You even get a free shirt of your choice from the CHGO locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free T-shirt from the CHGO locker, all for making more than a $50 first-time deposit at PointsBet. If you have any questions, you can email PointsBet at allchgo.com and we'll help you out. You're home for live in-play betting. Just got even better. See an edge in the game you're watching. Is your favorite team primed for a comeback? Don't just watch the game. Bet along with it live. More live betting, more live markets, and faster live cash outs, folks. I'm telling you, it's the best thing about PointsBet. Follow along with your bets the moment they hit and stay in the live action all game long. Download the PointsBet app right now and use promo code CHGO. So what are you waiting for? It's time to elevate your live betting game. Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling and referral services.
Joel says Justin brought his son to the game, just pulling at the heartstrings. How about the job we did with the set? Was this Joey putting this together, or was this Kevin Kaduck?
I think it was Kevin.
I think it was.
We've got some
I think
gloves. We got a bat.
I think
we got
it
a
was
Cubs
Jake.
logo.
I think it was Jake. It looks
Wow,
like a
beautiful.
Fresh corn.
nice arts
That
and
is not
crafts
fresh corn.
project.
Cody and I were throwing that around
We
in
were
Skinner
throwing
Park
it around.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a movie prop?
Yeah, there's like maggots and stuff on that and everything. Like
Yeesh.
that's
There's a
It's on our
really.
set.
Have any of you, mostly Corey and Cody, have you seen this video of this corn kid?
Yeah.
It was like circulating this week. He's
I
like
love
7
corn,
years old.
yeah.
All he talks about for a minute and a half is corn. I think we might have to show it on the post game.
Oh yeah, bring that up.
I
for the
can't
post-game
believe
show.
we dropped the ball on this.
I
mean,
didn't see what you
corn
got
is
in.
actually in the news recently as much as it's ever been because of this kid. So it's perfect timing.
Why
for
don't
us.
you dial that up and we'll look for it here in a little bit. How about the Joey Votto thread though?
That was great.
That went out on Twitter. It was pretty good. Joey Votto, I'll just kind of summarize some of it. If you go on Twitter, you can see the whole thing. He's at Joey Votto, Red Superstar. He said, I was raised on this movie. My family had a collection of VHS tapes, and one of them was Field of Dreams. From 8 or 9 years old, my father and I would just play catch together. In retrospect, to me, it was the most important thing we did together. It strengthened our bond. My father passed away 14 plus years ago, so it is impossible for me not to feel an emotional connection to the moment where Ray asked his father for one catch, one more moment together. Pretty cool. That it means something to a guy like that who just hasn't had a chance to be part of, like, the postseason, which is unfortunate. Do I wish Joey Votto, could have been a Cub at some point in his career.
Yeah.
And he probably wouldn't want to be traded away from the Reds, but I wish the Reds would have said, you know what? You don't want to, but we're sending him to the Yankees because I want to see him play in the postseason. If he was a Cub, he would have been a legend in blue.
Yeah.
Like a fan favorite like we hadn't seen in a long, long time.
Yeah. He's a fan favorite amongst the league for a team that, not
Yeah.
a lot of, they don't get a lot of national recognition outside of tonight, I
Was
guess.
it Wick that he challenged this
Yeah.
season? We gave him a little grief for that, but then we were
Yeah.
like, you know what? He was in the right on that.
Yeah.
All this said, you can bet Joey Votto to hit a homer tonight at plus 370 on PointsBet. I'm telling you.
Plus
for-
370?
For the
We
narrative
got to end the show.
alone.
We got to end the show early
Luke's got
because
a
we're
bet
going to
to
get
make.
to who you got. And I was going to take Joey Votto, and I was like, I can't. It's not legal. You can't take the other team. But the way he painted that picture, Cody,
He's
if
feeling
I'd
it
have known
tonight.
about the gambling aspect of it both, if I knew there was gambling and corn and emotion, I would have taken Votto.
It's a good narrative bet. I love a good narrative.
The TV people are
Bet
hoping
with your
for
heart,
it.
Luke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. The MLB is rooting for Joey Votto to go 5 for 5 tonight.
Yes.
Because he's the most notable guy out there.
Shane's saying balls are going to be juiced tonight. Well, they had a
Yeah.
ton of home runs last year. Not that.
Yeah.
I mean, the Yankees hit home runs.
I also
all the
like
time
the
anyway,
over.
but-
The over is at 9. 9 runs total in the game. I
Well,
like it.
With the pitching matchup.
With the pitching
yeah.
matchup, yeah.
The lighting's not probably as great as a normal ballpark, but Wrigley Field doesn't have great lighting at night either because the outfield doesn't have the lights. In this case, the hitter's background is dark. Like, it should favor the hitters, right? Like Field of Dreams, if I remember last year, it's basically just corn out there in the outfield. So there's no buildings or jumbotrons or anything else kicking light back at the players. All they should see is that white ball coming off that dark background. I would agree that it probably favors – I would think it favors the hitters tonight. Don't you think?
I would think so. I mean, we only have the one frame of reference, and they were good offensive teams. But, yeah, and I mean, especially this pitching matchup. I think the Votto thread, too, is a good example of, I've joked about it, too. Like, these teams are not good, right? It's not the best showcase for the teams. But there's still a lot, this means a lot to the players and a lot of them personally, and there's a lot of good, stories and personal connections to this movie and this site. And, maybe it would be better if they were better teams, in the standings and stuff. But I think there's still a lot to look forward to tonight and just enjoy as a fan of the game.
Sean, new corn Jack is thrown out. That's pretty good. Not bad. I agree. And again, they picked the wrong year to do it. I'd rather see them stretch this out. We're not going to have a game next year. Frank Thomas said no because they're going to build these little league fields. And my suggestion is, while they're at it, go ahead and build a small hotel, and you'll take a lot of tournaments away from Cooperstown. All the Midwest school kids will want to go play it at Field of Dreams. You put them up
Easy with the hotel talk before we get Michael Collada in here with a couple zingers.
Oh, you get
all right.
You put
You're teeing him up for him.
Teeing them up.
Ricketts could build a hotel right on the Field of Dreams if Frank Thomas allows it, and they just shut it down in the wintertime, and then all of those baseball teams stay there. It's like a big party they have. There could be probably a merchandise bit there, little CHGO store on the side where we could sell our dope merch.
Do we have any corn merch yet? Or are we working on that?
See, I used to have a shirt that said "Got Corn" that went with my corn head, but
You could have had a whole outfit.
I
for
could have had it.
tonight.
I had a whole outfit at one point, but that's what happens. You move a couple times, and boom, stuff gets
And
lost.
you never think, when am I going to need this full
I
corn-related outfit?
probably ditched the "Got Corn" T-shirt, the Nebraska "Got Corn" shirt, but I know I still have the corn head. I just Couldn't find it. It was too
Corny
fast.
Hoyer is a good one from Jack.
Oh, that is good.
I'm
Corny
impressed
Hoyer.
that the chat has been able to produce
New ones.
so many more. I thought our the list from Lawrence was pretty comprehensive, but the chat is relentless.
Now, let's get to it while Lawrence is here real quickly. Put down your bag. There is rumor, and we have some inside information that there is going to be a hologram of Harry Caray at this on the broadcast. I'm going to predict it will come 7th inning stretch. Harry's image comes up out of the cornfield to sing the 7th inning stretch. Some people were saying they were worried it might be a little bit offensive. We have a sneak preview of what it could look and sound like. Harry Caray. Now, hologram Harry Caray, Dyersville, Iowa, Field of Dreams. Harry, take it away.
Hey! Have you ever... Oh, my God, this is terrible. You're also recording this?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're getting triple recorded here.
Holy cow.
A lot of pressure now.
A lot of pressure.
No,
Hey! Have you ever thought about... Oh, my God, what's the line about the hot dog?
If you were a hot dog, would
Oh,
you
my
eat
God.
yourself? Come on.
You guys are... Yeah,
Harry,
Luke
a lot
is
of
ready.
pressure here.
There's a lot of pressure.
He's no Dempster, that's for
It's
sure.
because I'm looking at it. Hey, if you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? I know I would. I would slather myself in spicy brown mustard. I would be so delicious.
Yeah?
Is that all you want?
Keep going.
Keep going. What else? What were the other lines from that SNL skit? If the moon were
If
cheese.
the moon were cheese, would you eat it?
That was a good.
It's a simple question, doctor. All right, I'm leaving.
All right. Lawrence got to go. Hey, Harry Caray, everybody. The hologram Harry Caray. Like, I don't know how the broadcast is going to beat that.
I can't wait for that. You guys talked about it on postgame last night, but like that one tweet that was like, it's possibly offensive. I don't know if they
right. What does
fixed
that
it
mean?
Since then, I need to know what that means. I'm assuming that it just doesn't look right, but just the endless possibilities of what does that mean that somebody saw a simple hologram and was like, well, this is probably offensive. I need to see this. I can't wait for this.
Well, obviously, Harry is passed on, and we're going to put a hologram as if it's a ghost, but like that, the movie sort of does that, right? Like that's what the movie is. So they've probably been working on this hologram for a long time, knowing that this game was coming up. They might have scheduled the game thinking, we've got this hologram. We should get the Cubs to play in the Field of Dreams.
I wonder how much a Harry Caray hologram costs.
Right. I don't know.
To animate to walk out of a cornfield.
Joey, you're our graphics guy. Can you pull together a hologram that we could put up in the postgame show?
Yeah, like a usable, like Ryan Herrera hologram or something.
Well, we have the audio. We can just take, Lawrence doing it.
Okay.
And then some kind of hologram.
Yeah, it's probably not that hard. I'll figure that one out, Luke.
Harry Caray, what can you do with that? Harry Corny? There's nothing. It's not there. Marcus Cornman? I don't like that one. That's not as good.
It's also like the Cubs. It's not a hologram, but the Cubs already do this.
Well, they do a video, a video of Harry is not the same as a hologram.
No,
a hologram's like, it goes to Harry Caray's in the.
But I mean, like, I'm assuming that this is going to look weird.
Well,
so it's like the Cubs already kind of do a nice version of letting Harry sing the stretch.
If there's one thing we know, it's that the national people think they've created
They've got to
everything.
do something.
They think they've got something that's not happened at a local level, or they're going to say something that hasn't been mentioned at a local level. And
it'll be isn't Fox is the one that does the robot. Right, it's going to look like that, but it's going to be Harry Caray.
Well, it's like the national voice that said that Hap could use a fresh start, a change of scenery, during his best season. What are you talking about? All right, who you got? Here we go. This is big. I saw Jack Carr said he's got to go, but he's taking Nico. I am going with one Nico Horner because he's been Nico Corner. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Who are you guys taking? I believe, by the way, Ryan Herrera.
He couldn't send one.
Could not send one.
He could not.
They don't have Wi-Fi.
He says
in the
that
corn.
he says he deserves a point already though because he got to meet Zambrano, and I disagree.
Oh,
by the way, I saw that Zambrano was there, and the first thing that came to my mind is how great would it have been back in the day? A Big Z meltdown in the Field of Dreams. He gets the combine out and just starts mowing down the cornfields. He runs. He doesn't throw the baseball. First, he throws the baseball to center field. Then he throws the mitt to center field. Then he gets on the combine and just starts mowing new lanes right down the field.
Absolutely. Oh, Luke, you've been hanging out with me way too much because that sounds like something I would have said.
Cody fan fiction.
Yeah.
Either that or he takes the bat and he just starts whacking away at the corn stalks. All right, so we're giving Ryan shoeless Joe Jackson. Good luck with that.
I'm taking Velasquez, like I said. One, for vibes. Two, because I love his odds to just get a hit tonight. So,
and this is a big one again, Cody.
yeah.
Not because it's the Field of Dreams game, because if Nico outdoes Velasquez, we are tied for first place in what is the ultimate showdown for this Cubs season. Corey, it'd be nice for you to get your second win.
I would love a second win. Yeah.
You'd have more than Kevin.
I'm on a good stretch. I
You
won,
can
and
get out
then
of
I
last place.
didn't win on Tuesday with Franmil, but he did have an RBI hit. So, not an 0-for with 4 strikeouts, right? So I'm feeling good about Christopher Morel tonight.
Joel says give Ryan Madrigal.
Oh, you know what?
He is a Madrigal guy.
My first pick was going to be Joey Votto. My second choice in my mind was Madrigal, staying hot, top of the lineup. Then I was like, no, I got to go Nico Horner. Now, a lot of people taking Contreras.
Chat's taking Contreras.
Yeah, Lucas is going Velasquez.
Contreras.
Whoa, 2. He's going to hit 2 bombs.
So Cody, he gets to choose. I like the Velasquez pick. That feels like a good pick. There's just something about this game. It feels, I like it.
Who's
for Nelly.
play-by-play tonight? Do we know who the play-by-play announcer is?
It's who's
Not
the Fox
Joe
team
Buck.
now? Is it Joe Davis from the Dodgers?
It might be Joe Davis.
Yeah, Joe Davis probably.
Right? I think so.
Joey, you have this. Over-under on amount of times he says can of corn on a fly ball.
Over under 2.5.
2.5. I agree.
No, 1.5.
I believe
1.5.
can of corn will be said at least once in the broadcast.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Can of corn. And then there'll be silence from the other guys, or there'll be a yuck, 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 yuck. Can of corn.
They have the classic, ha, 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 you're so witty. Yeah.
Contreras Walkock over and over. All right. Sounds good.
I just wonder what it's like for Kevin Costner to be sort of permanently associated with this movie, and he's not really associated with the MLB in any other way. But I'm pretty sure
he owned a minor league team.
Oh, he did?
I didn't know that.
he owned a minor league baseball
Well, he was
team
there
in
last
Texas.
year, and I just think it's funny that they're like, okay, to throw out the first pitch, Kevin Costner. It's just an interesting thing. I think it's kind of goofy that he's the ambassador to this cornfield in the middle of Iowa.
He's a big baseball fan, but yeah, how many times can you march him out of the outfield to start each game? How many times? He was probably I made the walk once. I'm not going to do that every year for you unless you pay me $1 million. And
you
then
only
I
get
might.
the drama of him
Yeah.
coming out of the corn with the Yankees and the White Sox last year. You can't diminishing
Right,
return if you
right.
just do that every time, right?
Right. Smoltz, they
Oh,
say.
apparently Costner will not be in attendance.
Oh, yeah, no, he's not there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Tragic.
he's definitely a no-show this year.
He's only for the inaugural one. Wow, tragic.
And
We'll get
Ray Liotta passed
oh,
away
yeah,
recently.
you're right.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
I tweeted out a list of my favorite baseball movies.
Yeah, I was upset with that. Do we do that in the post-game show?
If we must. You're upset with my list?
Well, I just...
Was it?
You
It
had-
was a
you
ranking.
had-
It was in order. Or
I,
no?
had it, I mean,
You
I
did
didn't
it in
say
order.
it was in order, but yeah, I have it
Okay.
in order. And I expect people to not like it because it is.
Oh, I don't hate it, but there's some movies that are not in it that I was like, how is that
Yeah.
not in the top 10 baseball movies?
Right.
But there's an age gap here.
Yeah.
There's an age gap. Rookie of the Year is not number 1. Please stop
Rookie
with
of
that
the
nonsense.
Year is a great baseball movie for a kid. And it came out when I was a kid. I will die on the hill.
I'm with Cody. I enjoy that movie, but I was always a little big league guy because the ending is funny to me. You think they're going to win, and then Ken Griffey Jr. robs the home run, and they lose.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a good lesson for everybody.
If I had I would probably have to redo the entire list if I just did it. It was for strictly
Durham.
baseball reasons. There's a reason that I love Major League, and it's mainly because it's a comedy.
Yeah.
But it's it's a baseball movie though. But again, I love it so much because it's because Charlie Sheen and all of them. It's a funny movie. But if we're talking about movies that are makes people want to love the game of baseball, I would not have Major League on that list.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Willie Mays Hayes, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good player
Perhaps.
back in the day. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the CHGO Cubs pregame show podcast presented by PointsBet. Listen, you're gonna watch the Field of Dreams game and the walk-off from Nick Madrigal or whoever else might hit it. Then we're going to come back all corny afterwards, and we're going to do an hour-long post-game. Ryan Herrera will join us in that post-game show if we can find him in the corn, because apparently he's walked away and been lost in the corn stock.
He's going out with Big Z in Iowa after the game. He's busy.
Wouldn't that be something?
Amazing. Yeah.
It'd be like Fontenot going around and hammer him down in the head.
Yeah.
Remember when he used to do that? Bang, bang.
That's what we should have asked Ryan to get us for social earlier.
Can you
get
imagine
Carlos
if he had
Zambrano
been like,
to
Big Z, do this to me.
he'd
I
do
need a
it.
gif of this.
And he would do it for sure. Get Ryan
We could
on the
probably
phone.
make
Just
that happen.
retweeted the video of Ryan having a catch with our friend Kevin Wells at the Field
Oh,
of Dreams, too.
isn't that something
Yeah.
special?
Having a catch.
Did they catch corn over in
It's
Skinner
on
Park?
the CHGO Sports Twitter account, but I just retweeted the CHGO Cubs. So.
All right. That's it for the pregame show. We'll see you after the game. Enjoy the Field of Dreams game. It is our World Series.